Hello. Today we will follow the Gospel according to St. Matthew in chapter 9, from verse 9 to 13. At that time, Jesus saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax collector's office, and he said to him, "Follow me." He got up and followed Jesus. While Jesus was at the table in Matthew's house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat down at the table with Jesus and his disciples. Some Pharisees saw this and asked the disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" Jesus heard the question and replied, "Those who are healthy do not need a doctor, but those who are sick do. Learn therefore what it means. I want mercy and not sacrifice. Indeed, I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Word of salvation. Glory to you, Lord. St. John Chrysostom wrote, Christ, after having performed the miracle, left that place so as not to further inflame the envy of the Jews. This is the behavior we should observe. We must never be determined to continue to side with those who set traps for us and set traps for us. That is why it is said, "And Jesus, leaving that place, that is, where he had performed the miracle, saw a man named Matthew, who was sitting collecting taxes." Why are we not told the way and time in which the other apostles were called and only Peter, Andrew, James, John, and Matthew? Precisely because all of this came from precarious jobs and humble conditions. In fact, there is nothing inferior to the role of a tax collector, nor more humble than the status of a fisherman. Publicans approached our Redeemer, not only to talk to him, but to eat with him. Because Jesus not only often corrected ill-intentioned people with his arguments, with his works, or with his rebukes to his enemies, but also with his rebukes to his enemies. Attend meals, teaching us with this procedure that at any time and from any work we can derive benefit. When the Pharisees saw this, they were indignant, and therefore it is said of them. And when the Pharisees saw this, they said to the disciples of Jesus, "Why with the tax collectors?" etc. It should be noted here that the Pharisees, when they imagined that they had caught Christ's disciples in some sin, addressed themselves to Christ, as is seen by those words, "Behold, thy disciples do works which are forbidden on the Sabbath." In this way, they tried to dishonor Christ before his disciples. They did all this with evil and with the desire to separate the hearts of their disciples from the Master. It is as if he said, "Why do you accuse me of calling sinners to penance? For the same reason you must accuse God the Father, because he desires, like me, the amendment of sinners, and in this way demonstrate to them that not only was what they rebuked not prohibited, but, according to the law, it was something superior to sacrifice, because the law does not say, 'I want mercy and sacrifice, but I command this and exclude this.'" Support our channel by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing. See you tomorrow.